What's up, everybody? It's steak night, and I got my favorite, the ribeye, right here. And so I'm gonna show you how to make the perfect steak every time. We're gonna do a little mashed potatoes with it as well as red wine demi-glace. So I got my hardcore carnivore black seasoning right here. So it's got activated charcoal, salt, pepper, garlic, a little sugar. So we're gonna season it really well on both sides.
I like it a lot.
Guess you can see where it gets its name at, huh? All right, so once you got those seasoned up, I'm gonna grab a Ziploc bag. I got a freezer bag here. I like the extra thickness.
It's so thick!
Of the freezer bag and how well they seal as well. And so you wanna put your steaks down in the bag like that. You can also use a vacuum sealer. That's typically what I do, but this is a little bit easier without having to get out the extra equipment. So I got my pot here with my water, my immersion circulator. The immersion circulator is set to 125 degrees.
Oh, that feels warm.
So before you seal the bag, you want to stick your steaks down in the water and get all the air out and then seal it. So we'll let that go for about an hour, then I'll show you what to do next. All right, y'all, I'm on to the next step here. I'm working on my sauce. And so I've got 2 cups of red wine and beef stock right here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna reduce this down. So we're just gonna let it simmer. You don't really wanna boil it. You know, just take your time with it and slowly reduce it. And we're gonna condense the flavors of the red wine and the beef stock. And you don't want it to be bitter. So that's why you want to take your time and really just kind of simmer it until you get the desired consistency we're looking for.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, y'all, so we're almost ready to take our steaks out of the water. And so I'm going to start our mashed potatoes. And I'm going to make a sour cream and chive mashed potato. I've already washed them real good. And I'm just quartering them up to put them in my pot here. And I like to leave the skins on. I mean, that's where all the vitamins and nutrients are. And that's just how I like them.
Oh, yeah?
You know, it gives it a little more texture, a little more flavor. And so now I'm gonna cover these in water, put them over on the stove, bring them to a boil. Once they come to a boil, I'm gonna put a lid on them and simmer them for exactly 10 minutes. And then we're gonna be ready to finish them up. Hang tight.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
All right, y'all, so my potatoes are going on the stove. My sauce is about done. So I pulled my steaks out of the water about 10-15 minutes ago, let them rest.
It's time to rest.
My cast iron is getting screaming hot. I've got it all the way up. I want it good and hot. I'm gonna put some avocado oil in here. The reason I'm using avocado oil is it's got a pretty high smoke point. I'm gonna put my steaks down in there.
I like that sound.
And so we're just gonna sear these for 1 minute on each side. And then we're gonna have a perfect medium rare all the way through. I can't wait for you to see it. All right, y'all, our steaks are out of the pan, and while they're resting, we're gonna put together our mashed potatoes. And our pan's gonna be cooling down because we're still gonna make our sauce in our pan over here. So we're gonna make our mashed potatoes first. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in there.
Butter?
I'm gonna go ahead and put all the ingredients in there. A little salt. Some fresh ground black pepper. All right, now we're not putting any milk or cream or anything. We're just gonna use sour cream because this is a sour cream and chive mashed potatoes. So we want that sour cream to really shine through. And we're gonna go ahead and mash this up a little bit with our potato masher.
Smash, smash.
And what you wanna do is if it's still too thick and not creamy enough for you, just keep adding sour cream and butter until it gets to the desired consistency you like. We don't want a dry potato. Nobody likes dry potatoes. Mix in our chives now. Just diced up some fresh chives. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the consistency. It doesn't look dry at all.
They're just so wet.
Now I'm just gonna set that over there on the stove out of the way. It's gonna stay warm while we work on our sauce. All right, y'all, so we're fixing to make our sauce, and so I'm gonna start by turning this pan on. I've still got all my seasoning and stuff from when I cooked my steaks in there, so it's gonna help to add flavor to our sauce with that pan seasoning. So I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of butter in there. Let that start to heat up. All right, my butter's good and heated up. I'm gonna add some mushrooms to the pan. It's got some baby portobello mushrooms here. Not even gonna use this whole quart, just about half of it. Now, trick with mushrooms is you don't want to season them as soon as you put them in the pan, because if you do, it's going to draw moisture out of them, and then they're not going to brown. So we're going to let them brown a little bit first.
2 of them turned brown.
All right, y'all, so our mushrooms are good and brown. And so I have my demi-glaze here that are reduced on the stove over there. Remember, this was 2 cups of broth and 2 cups of red wine, and I reduced it down. I don't even think that's a cup left in there. So that's our demi-glaze. And so we're gonna add this to our pan here and deglaze our pan, get the rest of that seasoning off the bottom. Then I'm gonna turn the heat off. It's not a real thick sauce, kind of a pan sauce here. Now that our heat's off, we're gonna let it cool down just a little bit. We're gonna stir in a little bit more butter, just a couple of tablespoons. And we just want to stir that in kind of slowly. Just give it a luxurious mouthfeel. Next, we're just gonna put our plate together. It's time to enjoy. All right, y'all, it's all ready to go. I got my steak all sliced up. As you can see, it's a beautiful medium rare.
Wow.
All the way through. That's the beauty of that reverse sear process, is it's a good medium rare all the way through with a thin sear on both sides. Got our mashed potatoes there, our sour cream and chive mashed potatoes. And we're just gonna put a little bit of sauce over that steak there, and we'll be ready to eat. I hope y'all enjoy it. Post your pics in the comments.